What's going on, people? So I got my most recent Alex Frost Collectors Club box thing in the other day, which let's see, I want to say it might have just come in like at the end of last week, right? So I want to say it's got here like either Friday, maybe Thursday. So I was just kind of waiting on some other stuff so I could sit here and do a couple videos all at once. That's usually like the goal, at least for me. Because if I'm gonna get the camera set up, get the lights on and all that stuff, I try to make it worth my time by doing multiple things all at the once, right? So let's get this thing out of here. Well, I'll just hold on to this here. So up first, it's gonna be this like normal like fortress of tape and cardboard that they put on here, right? And there should be some comic books in here. Which ones? That's always the question. Oh, and there's a little bit of a picture in here too, so that's cool. Alright, if I can get this thing out of here. Because as I often say, like, I do appreciate the effort. It just makes it take a little bit longer to do some of this sometimes. So now, let's see what we got here. Go get on into that. And let's see, there's more tape, a little tape at the bottom. Alright, so there's gonna be all this outer stuff here. And I guess we'll start with this here graded one because it's right on top, or at least easier to pull out. So there's this Fantastic Four number 8 is what I'm reading from the back top. Turn this around so I can see it. Fantastic Four, The Case of Mystery Menace. Oh, okay. I'm not very interested in that, but I don't know, it just doesn't really like grab my attention a whole lot. But seeing this big thing in the background, I guess maybe that's the mystery menace, or maybe the mystery is there really a menace? But either way, so here's the thing, right? This right here is standard stuff that you always often get in one of these, is going to be assigned, graded, all that stuff, right? The design of the cover is not bad, but it's also not great, But it's timely because Fantastic Four is a thing people are talking about right now since the trailer just came back around. Well, I don't know. I saw stuff a while ago, but they just put out like a real trailer for it. So, because I saw it when I went to see Captain America the other day. But anyway, so pictures wise, like there will have been enough pictures across the screen for you to kind of see what all is going on here. You got the thing looking all sad down there in the bottom and whatnot. So yeah, Fantastic Four, ladies and gentlemen. And then on the back here, there's something for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So this is kind of old, right? 8/23, so August 23. Alright, let's go ahead. Man, was it really that long ago? I guess it was. Because, I mean, I know it was not recent exactly that I saw that last Guardians movie, but at the same time, that's just about 2 years ago, and that just seems like longer than I would have expected. Alright, we'll start with this print here, right? Because it's on top. So what you're seeing there is a bunch of DC zombie villains. Well, maybe that guy just looks like a zombie because that's like that Bizarro Superman. But either way, the rest of them it's all just standard DC villains, right? So you got a couple in here that I recognize, like the Grodd, the Riddler, I think, is that Solomon Grundy maybe on the side there? Either way, there's a lot of stuff going on in here. And I think it looks pretty cool, so I've got no complaints about this. I like that it's a little bigger, like the art is a little bigger than the last one that I got, But at the same time, that one was significantly wider, so it's one of those things, like this, for this size, works out, But either way, so let's go ahead and talk about this. This is Masquerade, right? From Dynamite. Dynamite is the same company who made these Transformers cards that I'll be talking about more in a little bit, and I just talked about them a little bit before this. So, who is she now? That's what they're asking. I don't know. It looks almost like some sort of Carmen Sandiego thing to me. But whatever. Masquerade, people, and it is signed. That's what you have going on down there. And just in case you want to have that proof, flip that thing around. There it is on the back. Got a little COA. Now this I like a lot. This next comic here. So you see that? This is one of those print style covers, like Virgin style, with like no art, no lettering and all that stuff. I would guess that this was a connect. Yeah, this has to be a connecting cover because of the way this is, and it makes me want the other ones, honestly, just because it looks pretty good. But I'll have to look into that and just see what I'm up against as far as getting that. But this right here is, I mean, a lot of Alex Ross art is really good, you know, which is why I don't mind buying these boxes or whatever. But some of it just stands out more than others, and this is one of those ones that stands out a little more than others. But sometimes it's really just down to, like, are they showing you more people that you like? Because that sometimes is all that it takes. Closing the comic portion of this out, you got this Thor book, and it is number 13. So it's not signed, okay. Oh, on the back end of the last one, you did have the COA back there, so just in case you were wondering if that's there or not. Back to this though. So this Thor comic, right? Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. It's not signed or anything. It might be something possibly limited. Maybe that's, or maybe it's just the fact that it's an Alex Ross art. Maybe that's why it's in here. But I don't know, because sometimes they, you know, if you buy comics regularly, you know, they just sometimes just put them out there everywhere. But all in all, artwork looks pretty all right. You know, I don't know what's going on there. He's just sitting around and drinking kind of milkshake or something maybe. I don't really know. All I know right now is that this cardboard and I were not getting along, right? I was trying to get this thing out of there and it was basically not having it. But, you know, you try hard enough for long enough and eventually you'll get what you want. That's kind of how I've been living life, so it's been working out. And it also works out on this stuff too. So, let's see, what do we have going on here? Yeah, okay. Oh, and also, like I was saying, like the Fantastic Four thing made sense, timing-wise. So does this. So you have Captain America, Falcon, or whatever you want. I guess the all-new Captain America is what he's called. So that's what's going on there, right? And this is one of those prints that looks really good to me. It looks like it's not so much movie-based and more like, I guess, based off of an actual comic and stuff, because he does look a little bit different, which I appreciate, because nothing against the actors and stuff, but sometimes I'd rather have like the comic book art or the comic book figure rather than like the person that is in the movie figure. So yeah, this is actually looking pretty nice. I like a lot of the detailing that they put into these things. And they're not like crazy big, which is the thing that I'm into because my wall space is just dwindling with each sideshow order that I make. I just made, well, I bought some posters yesterday. Not from Sideshow, but only because they were out of stock on Sideshow. So yeah, there's that. I'm going to sit this down so I can move on to the next things. Alright, from me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, wherever you are, real quick, just to give you some sort of recap as to how I feel about this overall box. Things are good. Things are good, you know. I mean, I like the print thing a lot, and I like this Virgin style, whatever this comic is supposed to be, maybe an Avengers book. The Thor one's in the middle, the Masquerade one I don't quite understand, and the Fantastic Four one is fine, but you know, it's also neutral. So, but the things that I like in it, I like a whole lot. So that's kind of what's giving me like the thumbs up on it. But whatever. Now that you have that, off with you. Later, people.